say we love the alcohol. La 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 la. Just line them up and we will drink them all. La 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 la. But my mother always said, if you want to drink all day, you best start in the morning, son, 'cause that's the Irish way. We don't get drunk, we get awesome, and every other mother will agree. We don't get drunk, we get awesome, so order up around for you and me. We don't get drunk, we get awesome, and every mother must agree. We don't get drunk, we get awesome, so order up around for you and me, and you and me, and you and me. Let there be whiskey.
Hey, everybody! Welcome to Nerds with Alcohol. I'm Chris.
I'm Russ.
And
And
this
welcome.
is episode 440.
440 back in the virtual nerd basement, guys. We are
It's-
back after our
it's been too
longest
long.
hiatus.
Yep.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I know we're still having some tech difficulties. I don't know what the problem is. It seems to only be with OBS. So I know there is
Yeah.
a new update out, but I looked it up and it basically says that people are having lots of difficulties with that update. So
Okay.
I didn't want to update to it
Yeah.
because I remember what happened
Um,
last time.
So, sit tight with us, guys. We may be encountering, you may encounter some choppiness. But we always, we are also do upload these shows to
Or-
other.
Well, or we will be now.
We
that
will be.
This is the new beginning. This is
Right.
This is the reset. We're
Right.
getting back to it. We're gonna reset back to doing what we want to, or what we want to do to get things out there. So
Right, exactly. So you'll be able to catch this. If you don't want to watch it now or can't watch it now, you will be able to catch this usually on our YouTube page and that kind of thing. So
yeah, and I may even start going back to uploading the audio, because we'll see.
right on. Alrighty. So welcome back, Chris. Chris just came back from Ireland, and that must have been a lot of fun. I'm sure he's going to
It
have a few
was.
stories. I was on an adventure across the country, down south and back to Florida and back, doing body painting. I did some amazing body paint stuff. You can check out. I haven't uploaded a lot. I've been having had time, but you'll be able to see, if you're interested, you can see some of the stuff on my personal Instagram page and or my body paint Instagram page, which I'll share. And on Instagram, if you really want to see some of the cool stuff, I had some really fun times. I saw some great bands. We've got TV show stuff, and there's movies that we got to talk about, and there's video game shit, and holy shit. So sit tight, hang tight. We're gonna get to it all.
Yeah. So let's just we're gonna have a lot to talk about. So
Mhm.
want me to get into it? What are you drinking tonight? We'll just start with that.
I'm not drinking tonight. I get a chance to get anything new, but Friday I had Blake's apple pie. I've had it many times,
Mhm.
and I've had it out of the can, and it's okay. I like it, but it does tend to have, it's not as bad as the caramel apple. Caramel apple tends to have
A chemical
the
taste.
caramel isn't, yeah, it's got a bit of a chemically taste. It doesn't quite nail the caramel as much. But the apple pie, Blake's apple pie cider on tap is a whole nother fucking experience, my friend. It is spectacularly good. So much better than out of the can. And like I said, it's okay out of the can. I like it out of the can. I'll buy it when I see it, but fucking on tap, next level. Next level.
On tap, on point.
On point. They had it the other day at the Cozy Cafe here in Hazel Park. There's a hole in the wall bar right on 10 Mile, just east of John R. It's not an endorsement, just a cool little, burger bar. I got a really great burger, and I got a decent selection. I've been meeting up with some friends there on some Fridays, for like a Paulie Brady comes sometimes, and a couple of guys from work, and a couple of dudes, and we just kind of have like it's a salon. We kind of sit around and just talk nerd shit, kind of similar to what we do here. In fact, I wouldn't mind having a couple of the guys on the show, particularly Chris Brown. He'd be pretty great to have on the show.
I'm
So
planning on taking
we'll talk
Friday
about
off, man. I can meet you up there.
it. Yeah, that'd be cool. You can meet the
Never
guys.
been there.
It's nice, and we usually meet about 1:30. Um, it depends now because I'm gonna have to start going in on Fridays now. So that was the thing. My boss, Eric, our art director, was the guy that started this, and originally in the off season we were doing Tuesdays during the day, and then now we moved it to Fridays because we weren't doing production on Fridays. But as it's getting later in this more in the season, we're gonna have to
Yep.
be there. So it depends. I'm gonna take a long lunch, go out, come back, go back to the studio. We'll see.
Oh, shit. Yeah, we're so far behind. The Stream Elements thing just came on for 6 minutes already. So
You're drinking.
yeah.
What are you drinking? Drink.
I am drinking something I brought back from Ireland.
Oh, figures.
It is this golden liquid. It is actually I posted this on the Beer Me page on our Discord channel, which if you subscribe, you get access to our Discord channel where we are quite active and chat quite a bit with our fans on there.
Yep.
So if you want, go ahead and subscribe. Remember, if you have an Amazon subscription, you get one free Prime subscribe a month. If you're not using it somewhere else, throw it our way. But anyway, this is Rye River Brewing Company's double bangin' double IPA.
Okay, a double IPA.
Yeah. Now, a double IPA to those in Ireland is different than a double IPA here. Mostly in the case of ABV. Where is it? I know it's on here somewhere. There it is. Actually, no, this one's all right, but this one's an 8.0. This is 8%er. A lot of the double IPAs I was seeing over there and I was trying were like 6. I'm like, that's not even a 2-hearted. So they like their beers lower alcohol. But this one here is one of the ones I found that I liked the most over there. It's got really good it's got like a little bit of a heavier beer. Kind of a medium to heavy body. It's got good mouthfeel. It's kind of smooth. It's the flavor is very hoppy. The aroma is very tropical, which I know CD would like. But the flavor's not super like juicy. I'm gonna take another sip here. It does have some tropical hop notes, but they're balanced well with the malt to where it's not overpowering. Overall, I really like this one. I believe I gave it a 4 out of 5 when I ranked it. Absolutely delicious. I brought 2 cans of it home with me. I have both cans sitting here. This one and the one in the koozie over here. But yeah, very, very good beer. Not something you can find in the U.S., unfortunately. But if you're ever over in Ireland, I highly recommend checking out Rye River Brewing Company's double bangin' double IPA.
Double banging.
Their regular IPA bangin' IPA is actually really good as well. But yeah, I posted a lot of stuff that I had while I was in Ireland on the Drinking Nerds page. So it was cool. But yeah. So how was your month?
All right. Oh, holy shit. All right, so May was nuts. It was really crazy. I left,
which is why we didn't really have.
Yeah,
we didn't have any show. We were dark for all of May. Longest break we've ever had.
Yeah, the longest I think we've ever taken was 2 weeks before, and
for the show, yes,
for the show.
Actually, no, I think we had 3 weeks once. One October because you were slammed at work, and
yeah, that might have been.
And I had trouble finding people to sub in. So
right. All right, so I think there's still some makeup in my eyebrows. Jesus. So anyway, so so I left on the 4th, on Monday the 4th. Interestingly enough, right before I left, I got a ticket
with you.
Yes, May the 4th. interestingly enough, right before I left, I got on the day I was leaving, right before, maybe an hour before I was leaving in the mail, I got a ticket for not cutting my grass. That was awesome. Total $320.
Holy shit.
Almost as much. Yeah, it's 260 plus another $60 in costs and fees and for the court.
Damn, dude. You could have hired a lawn crew
I
for a
could
month
I
for that.
for more than a month, for like 3 months at least. 4 months.
No,
I
two,
mean,
maybe two.
well, I could have had my lawn cut for probably $20 a week.
Mm. You got a cheap guy
Cheaply, a
then.
cheapy
Yes,
one, cheap guy for like $20 a week, maybe $25 a week. Um, for what, like 4 months for that. I bought a lawnmower for bare a little bit more than this when I came home. And I couldn't go to court about it because I went directly to, when I got it, I went directly to because the funny thing is I cut my grass on Sunday, the day before I left. I got this ticket was issued on the Friday. So the ticket was issued on the Friday. Well, it
I
wasn't
mean,
given to me. It was
was it
mailed.
like knee high? Or I mean,
It
what?
was no, it was shaggy, and there was a few sprigs that were kind of like
Hey,
almost knee high,
cheapo.
like thigh, like mid thigh or mid not mid thigh, mid calf. And whoever wrote me the ticket was being an asshole. They could have waited a bit longer. But the funny thing is, like I said, the ticket was issued on Friday. It was put in the mail. I got it. I cut my grass on Sunday, then got the ticket on Monday. So I go to the city office, which is like walking distance from my house. The ticket wasn't in their system yet, so I couldn't deal with it. But I was like, I got to get on the road. So I get on the road. I have the ticket with me. I was like, I'll make a phone call in a few days. I could then somehow, some way, the ticket gets lost in my car. So I'm like, fuck. So I come home a couple of days after I got home, or well, yeah, right as soon as after I got home, this got to me in the mail. So that was fun. But I get it. Uh, get in the car, drive down to to Daytona. Um, the drive itself was pleasant. Went through a little bit of rain, but not anything crazy. Um, Stopped at a few places on the way down. Stopped at a Bucky's. Had never been to a Bucky's. Um, I took the, I didn't take the I-75 route down. I took the weird. I took the
What?
just wait, can you see it?
Oh, yeah.
Shane,
It's yeah. It's
because
fading you
there's a
out.
little bit of shadow.
Yeah.
No, it's just I'm moving my arm, the shadow. Anyway,
Yeah.
so I got to get better lighting in here.
Yeah, you do.
So anyway, I took I didn't take the I-75 route. I took the I-70 route that kind of took you along a little way because the Daytona it would take me closer to, like, instead of going through Atlanta, I went through Savannah and um and then through Jackson, and that took me to Daytona. And like I said, stopped a few places, um hit a couple like kind of close to the roadside strip bars as I was on my way down because I like to, see what they are like in other states. Some of them were disappointing, and some of them were like, all right, this is kind of nice. I think I hit like maybe three total. I was like, I want to stop for lunch. Strip bar. Hey, that's a good place. So, um, it was, but like I said, I get there, I get my hotel. I staying in DeLand, Florida, which is about 20-25 minutes away from Daytona. Pretty nice, actually. It was like a roadside kind of roadway, not roadway, and it was just a roadside kind of like travel lodge. And we pulled in, and I was like, "This is a lot nicer than I thought it was going to be." I thought it was going to be a shithole, but it was all right. And then my friend Linda got in. The next day we went to set up. Unfortunately, my point of contact was kind of new to being a point of contact, and it took him over 2 hours. It was like 2.5 hours. I'm sitting in the blazing Floridian sun, waiting for my contact to show up to take me down to where my tent is because they don't want people just wandering around, just trying to find where they're supposed to go.
Mhm.
The first time, and they show you, okay, this is where you're going to go. and this is where you're going to park, and and here's your creds. They're doing it a little bit different this time. And my point of contact from last year, Britain, they took some of her work off of her plate and gave it to other people because she was overwhelmed and she was doing more stuff. So this guy, Mark, he's an all right guy, and I've talked to him on the phone, and I talked to him I emailed with him because he actually is the guy I deal with my paperwork and contract work. He he just was kind of lost, you know. It took, like I said, 2.5 hours sitting in the car, just waiting in the parking lot, waiting for this guy. He finally sends somebody else is sent to take me and the guy, my neighbor, who was in a hair braiding booth next to me, so go down there so we could set up for this pre-party that was going to be later that evening. And it really fucked us because I was looking forward to maybe just taking a little break, going to walk, you know, checking out Daytona, going to the beach for maybe an hour before we had to set up for this party. So the party happens, didn't really do much. It was later in the evening and people were like, "Oh, body painting, cool." And but then I realized I got pretty fucking sunburned. I was like, "Man, this pissed me off." So opening day happened pretty good. My partner showed up about midday. We had a good day. Overall, other than losing power, like every other day we had power issues. And then also we had some days we had inclement weather, and then we had to take shelter because the weather was lightning and holy shit and boom boom boom. So
Big bada boom.
big bada, you know. I sound like um the guy from what's his name? The German guy from The Rookie. And
Oh,
then it's a boom, 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 and
Randy, Skip Tracer Randy.
Skip Tracer Randy. That's I'm blanking on his name right now. Anyway, went to boom, 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 and everything. So he, so we had to take cover, and every time we took cover, we lost at least 90 minutes. But the interesting thing is the Floridians, we did decent money wise, and Floridians liked to get body painted
Yeah.
later.
Hey, Wings. Yeah,
Hey,
Jeepo,
Wanks.
unfortunately, we are very choppy. I know we're dropping frames. I got to figure out why. I don't know if it's something with OBS because it seems to only be happening with OBS,
Right.
or if it's something with my cable provider.
Yeah.
Because my
So
CPU is
we're
fine.
recording the show. We're
Yeah.
doing the show anyway. If you guys don't want to watch it like this, you can check it out on YouTube later.
Yeah.
And then hopefully by next week, or at least by Friday, Chris will have this situated.
Yeah.
So
That's
anyway,
my hopes.
overall, so yeah, we'd lose like 90 minutes. We'd have to evacuate, go to our car, wait for the storm to pass, wait for the green light, let them go back to the booth, set up again, you know, open up again. Overall, we had a great time. We had some Daytona liked us, and so then Dave left on Sunday night, flew back to Michigan for a few days. I drove from there to Columbus, set up again in at Sonic Temple. That was for Welcome to Rockville in Daytona. Set up at Sonic Temple. We were about 100 feet away from stage 4, which is more niche kind of shows. So it was really cool though, because we were able to, you know, like pretty much box seats for everything at that stage. So I got to see Necrogoblicon and Sepultura and Death Clock from Metalocalypse and Apocalyptica, which is like a four string quartet or three
Yeah.
string quartet that does Metallica, or right currently they're doing a show that's all Metallica covers.
That's
We
how
got
they
to
got their
see,
start.
right. We saw
I've seen Apocalyptica. They're
they're cool.
famous.
It was cool as fuck.
Yeah,
I
you were
got
talking like nobody knows who they are.
no, I'm
They're
just
famous.
you know, for the benefit of the
Oh,
show. Dragon Force was great. We saw
Dragon Force would be cool.
we got to see Ailstorm.
Okay.
I got to see the guys that did Diggy Diggy Hole. You know, I
Yep.
mean, it was Diggy Diggy Hole, Diggy Diggy Hole. It was so fucking cool. We saw Castle Rat, which they do like. Their show is kind of like a rock opera. Very Ren Fair meets heavy metal. We saw. Oh man, I get to see Body Count. I saw fucking Ice-T do his
Wow.
show. They were one of the headliners on that stage one of the nights. So we got to see a bunch of really cool acts. And then on top of it, I also get to see Guns N' Roses finally. Axl Rose came out in a bedazzled two-tone flannel. It was like
Okay.
a bedazzled fucking flannel.
In all honesty, I have zero interest in seeing them. Axl
you know
Rose is the
what?
biggest douche on the planet, I
He is.
think.
He definitely looks better than he did when he first came back out of obscurity. Because before he just looked like horrible. Now he seems to have lost weight, got in better shape, and he did put on a pretty decent show. We stayed for about half of their show. I got to see Bush. I got to see Megadeth. I didn't get to see Tool, but I got another opportunity to see Tool in September when I go to Louder Than Life. Um, we got to. I mean, I we got to check out a bunch of them, and like when it came to Guns N' Roses, I was just kind of like, I'm a Gen Xer that's never seen Guns N' Roses in concert. I want to check off that
The
box.
real question was, were they on time?
They were well, not entirely, but that's so. But it wasn't entirely their fault. That was one of the days that there was rain delay, so we had some of the things got delayed. Um,
That's one of the reasons why
overall,
I would never go to a Guns N' Roses show is
oh yeah, because they
because
were famous for that.
yeah,
They were
well, it was Axel. The band
Axel,
got
right?
pissed about
No,
it
it's
a
one of the
lot.
reasons why he was eventually like kicked from the band because or
Well,
I mean,
people
a
left
lot
the
of
band.
the people left the band because they were tired of his prima donna bullshit
Yep.
and everything. So, but they seem to have kind of gotten away from that, which is really really cool. I
You know
mean,
who the original
the major
guitarist for?
more than half of the people that were there that night were watching that show. It was
Hmm,
incredible. And that's the cool thing about these concert events. There really isn't a bad seat.
yeah.
Like you can the screens are so large and there's so much space that you can pretty much see everything. If you want to be
Then
down in
just
the pit,
let's
you can
say
be
then
down in the
just
pit.
it. But if you're just watching it on the screen, you might as well be at home.
Nah, it's the sound and the experience and everything. But
If you got a Bose system and a big ass TV, you get your own bathroom. You're not paying $18 for a beer. You're
agreed. No, that's true. But we made good money and
let's say
particularly
you're buying a 12 pack for the same price you're paying for one at the
one
actual
beer.
show.
Yeah, and an 18, well, you get for a 24-ounce can, the huge cans, $18.
Mm.
Which is
That was just a guess for me.
no, that's true. So that was you hit it nail on the head. $18 for a 24-ounce huge can, one of these giant cans of
Hmm.
beer. Um, so I mean, you break
Tall
it
boys,
down, huh?
the tall boys.
Those even I mean, tall boys are like 16-ounce or 18-ounce. This was huge. These were
Well, yeah,
extra
okay,
big.
yeah. I've seen. Well, yeah,
Um,
they're the new tall boys because they started putting
yeah.
the stuff out in 16-ounce cans, the pints.
I think it's just one of the few places I think you can only get these at venues. I don't think I've ever seen a can that big,
I have.
as big as these at the store. I mean, I could be
Look,
mistaken.
I say, look at the liquor cabinet. There's a lot of stores have those in singles. You can even get a Mountain Dew that big.
Hmm. Some of the times there was also they were selling the
The hard
aluminum
Mountain Dews.
bottles too. I think it also depends on the state, what they allow,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. But they also, I mean,
Oh, come on. Florida's like the Wild West. They don't as
mm,
long as you ain't gay, they don't care.
well, okay, that's I was going to say Texas is really more that, but Florida. Florida has some weird laws, actually. They do when it comes to
Yeah,
alcohol and
you
drinking.
can't walk your crocodile on a leash or something, or your alligator
That's
on a
in
leash or
Texas.
something.
Yeah. It's used to scare the horses. So anyway, it was, but like I said, there people were very generous at, particularly at Sonic Temple. I made probably about 30 to 35% more this year than we did last year. Um, I'd have to do the math, but we were pretty happy, particularly with Sonic. I mean, Welcome to Rockville was our first year there, and people were like still figuring us out, but it was pretty good. And then, but Sonic Temple, man, we absolutely dominated. So that's really great. And I got the next one coming up. I just found out, got the email today. I should be getting my contract this week for Incarceration in mid-July. That is I shouldn't have to miss the show for that because that's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Excuse me, that's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Hmm.
So I will leave on
You won't miss this
I
show.
know, I'll leave on Wednesday to set up and then oh
Which
wait, no.
when
I could
is
leave
it
Thursday.
in July?
The 19th it's the weekend of the 19th if I
Okay,
remember
then yeah,
correctly.
you will miss Tavern Nights.
I'll miss game. But I won't miss like I said, I won't miss this. Yeah. So I mean, in all honesty, I can leave Thursday morning No, excuse me, Wednesday morning to set up because I'm sorry. It is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so I could leave. I just have it listed as 16th as well because that's setup day. So I could leave early 16th because it's in Mansfield, Ohio, about halfway between Columbus and Akron, and there is nothing there. There's like nothing fucking there. I get to stay 45 minutes away in Akron. So anyway, so I came back home. I had about a day. I came back home, went back to work on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then I had Friday off to breathe a little bit, and then we opened Canterbury Village Medieval Fair, where where I got back into my Oliver Ogre get up, and we had and that's what I've been doing for the last 2 weekends. The first weekend was 3 days because we were open on Memorial Day. Great time. I mean, rainy a little first 2 days, but still a decent opening weekend. And last weekend was gorgeous. It was perfect. Perfect weather on Saturday. Sunday, a little warmer, but still nice. And I have new horns for Oliver. I was able to get my horns to work. They look fantastic. I'll have to show them to you. Um, and we're in full on crazy mode at work now. I am. We have a bunch of small floats that we're building for we have a small float we're building for the Patriot Parade in Plymouth, another float that we're making for a parade in Port Huron, another float we're making for we make a float for the Cherry Festival every couple years for DTE in Traverse City. And then right as soon as we can, we'll be getting into the first couple of designs. We have the zoo. We have the design for the Detroit Zoo float that we're making. It's going to have a shit ton of animals, and we're leaning into realism, so they're going to be like real looking animals as opposed to more cartoony. And we also found out that we now have a seventh full size large float. We're going to be doing one for Meyer as well. So we're going to have 7 huge floats this year. It's going to be a gigundous year. I'm going to be dead. I'm going to be dead. I'm going to be dead. The nice thing though too about Canterbury Festival is they treat me really well, and Oliver Ogre is becoming a staple. People really love him, and it's been really great to have my interactions with kids and passing out my ogre teeth that I've been printing up. And
I'm trying to
yeah,
remember who it was. I was just talking with somebody, and they said they went to the Canterbury thing, and that they really liked it because it's so much not as big as
hmm
Murph, and
right.
the lines aren't as long. And I think it was Rich saying he took the kids and girls there,
I think like
and
last year they went. Yeah.
yeah, and there was somebody, and I said, did you see Russ? And they were like, wait, what's Russ doing there? And I went, but he's Oliver Ogre, I
Yeah.
believe, and he's
Mhm.
like big ogre, big horns, hands out teeth, and they're like, oh, I did see him. I had no idea that was him.
Well, then wasn't Richie because
It might have
if I
been
remember
Pete.
correctly, Rich did come up to me, huh?
Maybe it was Pete.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it was Rich and or Pete saw me. I think Pete actually saw me at MRF back in 19 when I premiered it. One of them did, I
Maybe
think. I can't remember.
I would have been surprised if it was them. I don't remember who I was talking to, but I was talking with somebody, and they
hmm
were like, holy shit. No, I didn't know that was him.
We have one more weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Come on out. It's I think $18. The tickets are 18 or 19 online,
Oh no, it
25
was
at the
Tom.
door.
That's who it was. It was Tom. It was my buddy Tom
Okay.
because he was at golf last week.
Tickets are for adults $18 at the 18 or $19, I think, online. They are, I believe, 25 at the door. It's an all-day ticket. Parking is free, or it's pretty decent amount of parking. If even the furthest distance you have to park is no big deal walk. Not even half a mile, not even a quarter mile. Um, we have the requisite turkey legs. We will have jousting this week. We only have jousting one weekend because we're still a small show. But we have the joust team from MRF who's going to be there. Um, Sir Gar, the Yellow Knight, will be there. Brian from the Sir Edward from that team actually recently had a heart attack. He's okay. They put in stents. He actually had one of those Widowmaker like
Mhm.
Kevin Smith heart attacks. So He's lucky, but he was able to get it in time. They were able to get it in time, and he's doing a lot better. He will not be jousting for a while, because it's been like 2 or 3 weeks since he had the heart attack, and none of the other jousters are going to joust him. They're like, nope, we will not joust you, dude. Not for a while. You gotta, you know. And of course, Brian's like, oh, I want to get up back up on the horse. You can get up on the horse all you want. You're not jousting you.
He probably shouldn't even
Uh,
be up on the horse if it's only been 2-3 weeks.
he was been riding around a little bit, just getting some exercise, and as long as he keeps his heart rate um on the lower end right now, and just get to aerobic, he'll be all right. But he's doing well. We have the washing wenches. The original Daphne is there with a new partner. They're hilarious, of course. We have the Rogue Blades. Rick Rock will be there this weekend.
Oh, the Rogue
We have-
Blades suck.
They're terrible. Those are friends of mine.
Friends of mine
and
too.
we have yeah, they're one of the best shows we've ever done was when
Yep.
they guested on our show.
Yep.
Well, we have Captain Sean, the magician with Murph the cat. Ample and Trite. We've got some musical acts. We got a bunch of musical acts. They're really great. I believe Wakefire will
Okay.
be there this weekend. So, great time. It's a great time.
Actually, you sure Wakefire's gonna be there? Because wait, no, next weekend is Irish Fest.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say,
Yeah, I believe they are this
I know
weekend.
they're playing Irish Fest. Which so is Stone Clover. I was just
Yeah,
over at
this
Paulie's
event-
last night.
This event tends to rotate the music acts a little bit. So we'll have some acts like the whole time, and then we'll have a couple of acts. You know, maybe they can only do 1 week or 2 weeks. So I did have several people recognized Oliver as Krampus. That was kind of funny. And even one of the musical acts, a new musical acts, actually recognized me from Krampus when I played it in Grand Rapids. And it was really hilarious because they're like, "We have a picture with you." And I was like, "No kidding." And they're friends of mine now. They were really, really cool. So, how was your month?
Busy. A lot of travel. Renee and I went to Ireland again.
Right.
Went back to Clonakilty. We were there for 8 days, 9 days including our travel day. But weather was not as good as we've had in the past. It rained just about every day.
Right.
We got real Irish weather. But it was still nice because even the rain was just like it drizzled. It was cloudy and it drizzled.
At least it wasn't cold.
It was in the 50s most of the time. So I mean, it wasn't cold. It wasn't warm, but it wasn't cold.
Right.
The week after we left, they got record highs. They were getting like 80-degree days and sunny.
Motherfucker. Isn't that always the way?
See, 80 there though is too fucking hot. Nobody's got air conditioning because they don't need it. Well, they
Right.
didn't need it until global warming.
It's wetter, isn't it? It's just in Ireland tends to be a little wetter than here too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, they're an island. They're surrounded
Right.
by water. Big water.
Right. Large water.
Yeah, large
A
water.
lot of water.
A lot of water around.
A lot of water.
Yeah.
Water.
But yeah, overall though, absolutely amazing time. We went hiking in the rain. Because we went to Killarney on Renee's birthday was while we were there. So happy birthday, honey. Again. But yeah, while we were there, we went birding and went to go see Torque Waterfall over by Killarney. And it's on this mountain. It's not a huge mountain, but it's a mountain. And we walked all the way up and then all the way back down. I think I saw one bird the entire time. You could hear them, but because it was raining, they were all like just huddled up in the trees, didn't want to come out. So Renee's carrying her camera around for no reason. But got some beautiful pictures of the waterfall and the lakes that you could see from the top. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful sight. Got to do a whiskey tasting that day too. And then had good food, went to Jack C's, one of this tiny little pub, got to see Joan again. We were glad to see she was still around. older lady we met on our honeymoon 8 years ago. So
All right.
and then asked about Shem, who we had also met and partied with all night, and she said he's still around. But yeah, overall just a great time. Spent Steve and Nikki came out, hung out with us for a few days. Um Steve and I went into town and visited. There's a little uh toy and game shop in town called Happy Go Lucky. And they actually sell magic cards and Warhammer figs and stuff like that. We went in there and we actually bought some magic cards. Um, got some of the starter decks. We bought the Final Fantasy starter decks, which is the old school 60 card decks, so that you can actually and they're pre-made. You just shuffle them up and play against each other. And it's Cloud versus Sephiroth. And I finally won with Cloud. We played 6 games and Cloud won 1 time. Like, these decks are not balanced. Or at least it doesn't seem like they are. But overall, just had a really good time. Steve stayed with us until Saturday. Nikki left on Friday. Steve stayed with us until Saturday. And then he drove with us to Cork, where we turned our car in, got back on the train and went back to Dublin. Yeah, so overall though, just an absolutely great time. I saw so Guinness Zero, I think, is one of the better zero NA beers that's out there. It tastes the most like the actual beer it's supposed to be like. I think. And one of the things I found there, we went to this pub called Nancy Hands, where we go a lot. Had dinner. This is in Dublin. And right there where we're sitting at the bar, and right there at the end of the bar is a Guinness Zero tap.
Okay.
Which I had not seen before. Here it's all in cans. But they had this big fancy tap, Guinness Zero, and I'm like, you know what? Give me a pint of Guinness, but I want a half a pint of the Zero as well, because they do half pints. And the bartender was saying it's actually it's really popular. It's a lot like Guinness, and I tasted it, and in all honesty, on tap, if you didn't tell me that it was the Guinness Zero, I probably wouldn't have realized it. It's that fucking good over there. It's so good. Oh my God. Guinness itself is just so good over there.
I would imagine it is different.
It is. But I also we had a lot of orchard teas at various pubs and at the house. But yeah, overall, just another amazing time. Really, really love it over there. And then got home from that, went back to work for 3 days, and then headed off to Indiana for my golf outing. Had a lot of fun there too. Came back with golfer's elbow because golfing 72 holes in 2 days is a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. That is definitely a lot.
And I changed how I was swinging, and I think my body didn't like it because it wasn't used to it. So went to the chiropractor, and he actually the chiropractor that Renee and I go to, he specializes in extremities specifically.
Okay.
And so when I told him that I had this problem with my elbow, and he's like, okay, where? And he was like feeling around. I said, yep, right there. And he's like, okay. And he did this thing where he actually, I think the back of my tricep right now is just one giant bruise because he worked on it to like get all the muscles out. And he's like, all right. He's like, what I want you to do is hold your arm up like this. And he grabbed a hold of my arm with his thumbs in my tricep. He's like, what I want you to do is, because I want you to raise your hands slowly, like a 4 count, like 1, 2, 3, 4 to like right here, not fully extended. He goes, and then bring it back down. And when I did that, he would just jam his thumbs in there and push to like, and to work it all out. It hurt like a motherfucker, but he did that, and then he did this little scrapey thing on my forearm to get like knots out of the fibrous outer shell of the muscle, as he puts it, the skin of the muscle. And he's like, you probably won't feel better today. He goes, but it'll usually takes a day and a half to 2 days. But I'll tell you what, it feels so much better today than it did. So I'm excited about that because I've got golf tomorrow, and then I've got a golf outing on Thursday that I'm going to. So, but yeah, other than that, working on D&D, working on the business stuff. I did launch the business as well.
Awesome.
So Drinking Nerds Entertainment is now officially a thing. There's no website yet. I'm working on that now. I'm hoping to have everything done by the end of June. I've ordered all the equipment. I've got my heat press. I've got a bunch of the other stuff that I need. The printer is on its way. But yeah,
Cool.
I'm excited.
Awesome. That's fantabulous, brother.
So now this show is brought to you by Drinking Nerds Entertainment.
Drinking Nerds Entertainment.
Yes.
Cool.
Get your race to the button curling game, or custom koozies, or just get one of my designs for koozies. I've got one already. It's a knight with his head down, just like a silhouette of a knight. Got his sword down, his head's bowed, and it says, "Lord, grant me patience, because if you grant me strength, I'm gonna need bail money."
Okay. Gonna need bail money.
And I also have the to alcohol, the cause of and solution to all of life's problems. Homer Simpson.
Yeah. I got a buddy that absolutely kills doing Homer. Like he can do the best Homer impression I've ever heard. It's fantastic. So we should probably get into it. We have been talking so much about us, each other, and and what's going on, what has been going on.
My story was a lot shorter than yours.
It was. I had a lot of fucking shit. So we missed a lot of stuff. There's a lot of shit going on.
The world is still on fire.
The world is still on fire. Donald Trump has built a octagon ring on the front lawn of the White House. It looks.
I heard it was on the east lawn, like where they're.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's still on the lawn. People are saying that it looks like, from the aerial shot of the White House, now looks like a amusement park if it had been hit by a tornado, because you can see all the construction for the ballroom shit that has been stalled and whatever else.
Actually, I think it's legally on hold.
Yeah, it is, because they're still wondering about the funding and all this other shit, and because now he's saying he's looking for governmental funding, even though he said that he was going to be paying for it. He and his
well, now they're building a huge bunker underneath it for him too.
Right. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Or he's going to hold up after the election in 28.
Right, and they're going to have to like jackhammer him out of there, and it's it's going to be ridiculous. So anyway, there are a lot of people. It's been really funny. Like, some people say they want to turn it into a gay pride event. So there are like apparently a lot of like gay men are buying up tickets to go to it, and get all like covered in rainbows and
that's awesome.
Glistened up, so it turns into like a gay pride event, which would be absolutely hilarious.
Well, that there was a Pentagon memo that was said to be fake news, but has actually come out that if the military wants free tickets, because they want a large group of military there in like camera view for like cheering and stuff, but they all have to meet specific physical requirements.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ! Hegseth is one of it. If there's anybody like potentially worse than Donald Trump, it's Pete Hegseth, because he is a fucking idiot and a monster, and he's young.
He's a racist asshole.
He's horrible, and I mean, he's done so much to turn There's going to be so much recover when this is I have hope, and I hope for this because I don't really pray. I hope so much that so many people are going to get their comeuppance, and he's one of them. Like one of a post I saw, like if once the Democrats return to power, if everybody starts saying we need to forgive and forget and move on,
Fuck you.
Fuck you very much. We need to see court cases, we need to see prosecutions, and we need to see jail time for so many of these fucking monsters, man. So, I mean, I saw something about to the effect that Hegseth has suspended promotions in the military for women, specifically black women. This is just absolutely, it's unhinged. Donald Trump went on he was so upset because that's the other thing. Everybody's canceling on his big,
Freedom 250.
Yeah. His, because what happened?
There's two concerts.
Right.
America 250. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
two events. America 250, which is a bipartisan or a nonpartisan event.
Mm-hmm.
And Freedom 250, which is
the thing that
Trump
was putting together.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So that was the thing. A lot of the quote unquote celebrities that they had gotten for this event thought that they were signing up for the other one.
Yeah, they were led to believe. They were misled.
Mm-hmm. Misled. They were led to believe. And then when they found out, holy shit, we're going to be at this event, that's why all of them canceled like immediately.
Well, I love all the memes, Josie and the Pussycats are canceling their appearance at Freedom 250.
Yeah. Kevin Starnes' old group, the Village Idiots. Well, they've canceled theirs, their appearance. And
now that everyone's canceling, you saw that who the headliner is now.
Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who some say is the greatest president in the history of. That was his words when he was talking about him appearing. I'm like, oh my God, man, can you just blow yourself even? Did you have like 5 ribs or 6 ribs removed to be able to do that? It's
insane. And he went on a rant, and he posted like a couple of days ago, I think in the middle of the night, he posted like 50 times within 2 hours to social media. And it was completely unhinged. Like so many things that were like attacking Biden again several times, just going on. I saw a post that basically quickly broke down each post, just in a quick statement. It's completely unhinged. Grandpa is sundowning, and somebody needs to take the internet away. And they should have done it years ago. But, did you see the footage of... Now, at first I thought maybe it was bullshit. I don't think it was. And a lot of people are... I mean, actual, like, vetted people on the internet are posting it, sharing it, where Donald Trump walks behind a pillar, and then you just hear horrible flatulence. And, like, he's essentially shitting himself.
He probably was. He's done that before.
And because he was either mic'd or the mic was able to pick up what was going on. And basically his whole, like, people in entourage are waiting for him to stop blowing gas before he goes into something. But you got to know, he's more or less shitting his pants. He's going to smell bad.
Mm-hmm.
And they're saying it's getting worse. Like, his incontinence is getting worse. We are in an unprecedented time in our country's history. I'm amazed that this is happening on the 250th anniversary.
Yeah.
Like, we're going through this. This is just like the irony of it, where this is supposed to be something that to celebrate, and we're going to have, hands down, the worst president we've ever had. The president with the lowest approval rating. Oh, yeah. My gas expenses to get down to Florida and back were easily almost double what I normally would have paid, 6 months ago.
Yep. Dude,
I paid probably about 70 to 75%.
Yeah, my tank isn't that big, and I'm spending close to $60 to fill it up if I'm below,
give or take,
below a quarter tank.
Normally it would cost about 45 to fill my tank about a month and a half ago or 2 months ago. and now it's closer to 60, 65.
Yeah.
I was lucky in the middle of nowhere.
Are we great
I was
yet?
getting, yeah. Is this? Are we great? Because I don't feel great. The country, when you're in the middle of the country and there's like nothing around, except gas stations, I was able to find a number of gas stations that were under $4, like 3.88. I think the lowest I was able to get was like 3.58 somewhere. I was like, holy shit, 3.58, what a bargain! So thankfully, actually, lately over the last like couple of days, I've noticed that gas has dropped 20, 30 cents in a lot of places. So that's kind of nice, but we're still up over $4 in some
Well, yeah,
places.
but that's because everything was looking good for the ceasefire and the Strait of Hormuz
And
being
then
open,
Iran,
and then
and
and
then Iran
now
basically,
everything's gone to shit again,
yep.
and they've stalled. And Trump's like, well, I don't care if the negotiations have halted because they were boring.
Hmm.
They were getting boring anyway. That was his
Yep.
actual statement. Was that
They're getting boring.
yeah,
Boring. They're
yeah,
getting
boring.
boring. That guy needs to go
Oh,
straight to hell.
also, this is one I wanted to talk about too, because he was directly asked, how much does the economic woes of the American people weigh on you for wanting to get a deal done with Iran? He's like, not at all. I don't even
Yeah.
think about what the American people's
No,
problems
he
are.
doesn't. Yeah.
And I'm like, that right there tells you everything you need to know about him.
Hmm.
That is
I'd
not
love
a
to know what
president.
I'd love to know what the MAGA base would say to that. It has been saying to that. How are they going to defend that? Well, he's losing people left and right. Like, I think he's finally I think he might even be at this point being like, fuck it, because and several even some people insiders have said that the his supporters and his support people are basically like they know if or when in the midterm elections when everything kind of flips blue, they know that impeachment is going to happen. And we may actually see, I mean, you see a president get impeached, but then not prosecuted. And we'll see like what happened with like Bill Clinton and what has happened to Trump in the past. They'll get impeached, but not prosecuted. Impeached by I think it's the House, and then the Senate does the
The trial.
prosecution,
Yeah.
the trial, and they're going to see a president finally get removed from office because they'll have the support. They'll finally be able to do it. Um, so I think some of them are just prepping for that. Or it's like, no, fuck it. We're gonna do what we can. That's why Donald Trump
Well,
has been like he released his financials recently, and people are saying, look at all this stock trading he's doing. And they're all companies that he has talked up in some of his press conferences, in some of his posts on social media. He is utilizing his power to gain as much wealth as he can.
mhm.
That's exactly what he's doing.
Well,
So
and
fuck him.
then the whole thing with him suing um the government for
Hmm.
leaking his tax returns. He wanted $10
Yeah.
billion. And oh, all right. Well, then for 1.776 billion, I won't
They
pursue that.
settled. Hmm.
But now he wants to pay out the fuckers who attacked the Capitol.
He wanted another 1.8 billion to give to like,
What 1.776 specifically to
yeah,
1776. He's
I
it's
see.
it's it's a whole
That
tie-in.
I think that may have gotten done away with. I think they weren't able. They basically told him to go blow himself.
Well, a judge started looking into it, and
Right.
supposedly Todd Blanche was going to have an announcement about that today because they've kind of backed off of it now,
Hmm.
and because a bunch of people now are going, all right, well, I was unlawfully detained by ICE. Where's my
Hmm.
money?
Right.
That
So
that's
yeah.
weaponization.
Hmm.
So
So it's just a goddamn mess. We need to move on. We should probably stop talking about this
yep.
shit because I'm going to start getting mad.
There's so much. We're in
So
day.
much.
I think today was day 93 of the war with Iran.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
and of course, it's been 3 months. Trump's getting bored.
Hmm.
He wants it done so he can move on to something else.
Yeah.
But he can't find a
So
way to win on this. He's going to look weak on this one because he's going to
yeah,
wind up
he's
with a
going.
worse deal than what the Obama deal that he gave up.
I just wish he'd die. I really do. I just wish he'd
Um,
die.
but we should get to happier stuff. Well,
Yeah.
sort of happier stuff. Mandalorian
So
and Grogu came out.
I was going to ask you, have you seen it?
No, not yet. I
Me
need to
neither.
go see it. I heard it is meh.
I've heard it's fun.
I heard it's definitely for kids.
Yeah, it's fun. It does lean towards kids. Adults will like it. Star Wars fans, the newer Star Wars fans will like it. The older ones will be more like, nah. Like guys like us.
Yeah,
I think I'll
I've heard it
probably.
goes. It gets kind of put right in the middle of all the movies
Mhm.
as far
Yeah,
as how good it was.
how good it is, right?
I said it's not the worst. It's definitely not the best.
Yeah, yeah. It's not. It had the lowest opening of any Star Wars movie since Solo.
Yeah, it made like
Although
100 million in a
it
year.
still made 100 million on a holiday weekend, which again isn't fantastic. It was knocked out of the first it had a pretty substantial drop from the next weekend. Now a lot of people are saying it made something like between 25 and 30 million domestically. Now a lot of people are saying that a lot of that comes down to just that people just are not going to the movies as often anymore. That being said, though, it just also what also has been
It's
very evident is
it's just
Michael shot up to well over 800 million worldwide and is still doing pretty good. It's actually one of the few movies that was at the top, got knocked down, and then went back up to number one after another week, one weekend something replaced it. So this is still a lot of we're still feeling the effects. Movies are still feeling the effects of just people not going to the theater as much.
and I don't think that's going to change.
No, it's not.
Um,
Things
it's been long.
dramatically would
It's
have.
been long enough now that people just don't want to go.
Yeah, it's going to take movies of another caliber. You know, like I said, like Michael. Like I mean, Michael is a movie that touched on possibly the biggest pop star of all time. You know, I mean, Michael Jackson rivaled Elvis on a similar level,
Mhm.
and they finally make a biopic about him. Now, a lot of people talked about that
With
movie,
even
if it
more
didn't
controversy than Elvis.
exactly. Um, if anything, it was more out in the open. Like we found out about Elvis's shit after he died for the most part. Um, Michael Jackson was still alive through a lot of that crazy controversy near the last, like say, the last 2 decades of his life. So, um, but that's the thing. A lot of people were also saying like, if this movie doesn't do well, they probably won't put out the sequel because the plan is to do a sequel that will go all the way up to his death. That will pick up from where this one leaves off and go to his death, and will deal with some of the more controversial stuff, which is saying something considering that it's his nephew playing him.
Oh,
And
is it?
people are,
I didn't know
yeah,
that.
that's it's Jafar Jackson. So, and that's one of the reasons why there are a lot of people are also praising him because of the his performance has been so incredible. So anyway, that's that movie.
Anyway,
I am still planning to go and see Mandalorian Grogu hopefully soon.
yeah, I want to see it. I'm hoping to see it in the theater.
Yeah, I really want to see it
If
in
I
the
can
theater.
get to it this weekend, maybe I'll go Friday before gaming. Um. Hey, CD. Hey to anyone
Hey,
untracked
CD.
at his discretion. Discretion. Yeah.
What's that?
CD said pay to anyone untracked at his discretion. Um, I think he's a little behind. I think because of the delays, the drop frames, things are behind.
I
The
see.
chat's a little
Pay to
behind.
anyone untracked. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Oh, Jeepo brought up Four Loco earlier. You get those in those giant fucking cans.
Yeah, yeah.
But anyway, Mandalorian Grogu has brought in just shy of $250 million right now.
Quarter billion.
Yeah,
All right, so $250 million.
248.2 specifically.
Is that worldwide or domestically?
Worldwide.
Worldwide. Okay. Well, that's the thing.
Domestically, it's 140, just shy of 140,
Okay.
and international is just shy of 110.
And that's what I keep telling people is we can't look at the domestic numbers as much anymore. You've got to look at the worldwide numbers because it's just the movie making industry. The movies are just not going to bring in the money domestically that they used to,
Mhm.
because the American public is not as interested as going to the movies as it used to. They used to be. Not when the majority of people can afford a decent television and a streaming service and watch what they want at their home. It's going to take big movies, gigantic
Well,
movies. And
and one
these
of
days, the Star Wars movies just aren't cutting it anymore.
well, and yeah, part of it is because the quality has really dropped. But
Mm-hmm.
the other thing I heard about this one was it's it basically has the feel of an extra long episode
I
of the
heard that
show,
as well. Mm-hmm.
which okay, I like the show, but I don't
Yeah,
want to pay to go see the show
right.
necessarily.
But I will to support the IP
Yeah.
because I love Star Wars, just
And
like
now
I
that
would do the same
Filoni's
for
in
Star
there,
Trek.
I want to support him to
Yeah,
get us more shit.
I think this is a step in the right direction.
Although I don't agree with Filoni trying to shoehorn the Heir to the Empire trilogy in with Ahsoka instead of Luke.
I think well, that's unfortunately unless they do a legacy kind of thing, that's what we're gonna get, man. That's the only way we're gonna
So
get it.
supposedly, I heard that there is talk that not that they're going to do that, but that they are going to kind of re at least tell stories inside of the um between 6 and 7.
Mm-hmm.
That they're going to tell stories in there that are and they're going to recast the characters
Well, that'd be
and
great.
and actually tell some stories in there. Not necessarily they can't do Heir of the Empire now, but some of those things. And that there's talk that I guess there's been controversy on whether or not they should bring in Mara Jade.
Okay.
Um I guess I didn't realize that she was an extremely polarizing character, that people
Yeah.
either love or hate her. I've only ever loved Mara Jade. I think she's an amazing character.
Yeah, I don't understand why anybody would hate her. I mean, yes, I've also Hexeth ban on transgender military members being ruled unconstitutional on the
Yep.
first day of Pride is hilarious.
Yep.
Awesome. Um, yeah, I don't remember anybody being, saying they hated Mara Jade. That is a little odd to me. Um, I've always known that character to be a popular or well-liked character. So, meh. Um, so yeah, I have heard like there is a possibility of like a legacy turn for and like recasting and then doing some kind of legacy thing. Um,
Yes.
so good.
So I just looked it up, and it says, according to Google's AI, Gemini, yes, Mara Jade is widely considered one of the most polarizing figures in the Star Wars franchise.
Hmm. Interesting.
While highly beloved as a complex, independent character by many fans, she has also faced significant criticism for how her storyline and romance with Luke Skywalker were handled across the expanded universe.
Mm. All right, I guess. You know.
Um, and I guess one of the things is Lucas didn't like her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well, that was one of the things they'd always Lucas tried to establish is that he doesn't like the Jedi having relationships, wasn't
yeah,
it? I
yeah,
mean, and that was one of those things,
yeah.
I mean,
The creator of Star Wars famously disliked the idea of Luke getting married and having a family, as he envisioned Jedi as stoic monks.
hmm I don't like that idea. Like that, I'm never a big fan of
No, I
like
mean,
the
there.
idea of celibate,
Well,
that
that was
they
part
can't
of
have
it,
a
though. Well,
relationship.
yeah. Well, you can't. Relationships mean that you care too much about someone that can lead to the dark side.
hmm
Just like that's what happened to Anakin, because he was in love. That's why he went to the dark side.
Right. I
George, you
didn't
need
I like
therapy.
again. Hated that idea.
Yeah,
Hated it.
yeah. George, you need therapy.
That love is what leads you to the
It's
dark side.
yeah,
Stupid.
because then you will do anything to save that person. It's attachments. You're not supposed to be
Again.
attached to anyone or anything.
Yeah, see, again, I just don't. I don't like that idea. I like that.
No,
It's just the
it's
idea that
it's
that
it's so inhuman.
yeah, it's extremely inhuman. So, um,
Why the Sith are actually the more humane. Yeah, are they right bastards? Yes, but they live by passion.
mhm,
They embrace their emotions. They don't hide them and suppress them.
stupid.
But there's
Don't like it.
So many Jedi counselors because they needed they needed them to be able to work out all their anger issues and all the stuff they kept trying to bottle up. They couldn't let it out. But anyway, yeah. So I'm guessing that Mandalorian Grogu might have another week, maybe two in the theaters, and we're going to
Mhm.
see it on Disney in probably about 4 months.
Yeah, yeah. Give or take.
Oh,
Might even be less
probably
than
this
that.
fall. I'm
Mhm.
betting I'm betting the Blu-ray comes out in or it'll be on like for purchase on like Google and Prime um or Amazon probably September-ish with the um Blu-ray coming out late September, early October, and it'll be on Disney in November. That's my guess.
Okay. I actually treated myself when um after I got back from my trip, I got a few movies. I picked up a Blu-ray copy of Beastmaster because I was like, fuck yeah, Beastmaster. I picked up Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion just for like $8. I've always wanted to add that one to my collection. Zootopia 2, a couple other ones. Um, but just some fun stuff, you know.
Um,
Um,
but also speaking of movies and new movies, Masters of the Universe comes out this Friday too.
that's correct. I am also
I bet
now
that
this movie.
I bet that drops Mandalorian Grogu down even farther.
Oh yeah, because well, that's the thing. The initial reviews are coming back pretty positive.
Yeah, you can probably get a seat in Mandalorian Grogu in any showing and
Right.
get a pick of your seat. Maybe be the only ones in there.
Yeah. Masters of the Universe seems to be getting a pretty good, a lot of good reviews overall. Oh, I picked up a three movie Blu-ray of Kong Skull Island, Godzilla King of Monsters, and Godzilla versus Kong. I also picked up The Faculty. I was like, yeah,
Huh,
I'm gonna put that one back in
that
my.
was a good movie.
This is a good movie. I also picked up the new
Huh.
Lego Batman, Lego Legacy of the Dark Knight. So I was pretty excited about that one too.
I didn't realize
Um,
Morena Baccarin was in Masters.
yeah, she plays Marina Baccarin. She plays the sorceress.
Yeah, Sorcier.
So people are super excited. It's getting
I
really
was
good
wondering who was going to play the
initial reviews.
sorceress. Didn't realize it was
What's that?
her. I didn't realize it was her.
Hmm. Um, and then what's her name? Is playing Evil Lynn.
Allison Brie.
Yeah, Alison Brie is playing Evil Lynn. I'm super excited for this. I mean, I was excited for and Grogu, but I mean, I was kind of like, I want to see it in the theater, but I'm also like, man, if I miss it, I miss it. I'll catch it. I'll buy it eventually, and I'll catch it on Blu-ray, or I mean, I'll catch it on Disney Plus. I mean, because I do own all the Star Wars movies. I'm certainly gonna not collect that one. Um, but Masters of the Universe is I'm fucking jazzed for this movie. I think it's going to be off the fucking hook, and people are already like saying good things about it. I'm really excited. Uh, it has been showing in various places already. Like it had its premiere. Let's see, it had its premiere a couple of days ago, or like last week, I think, or the week before. Because they always do the premiere
Hmm.
at Man's Chinese or whatever. I heard one of the cool things is there is a cameo by of Dolph Lundgren. Dolph Lundgren
Oh yeah.
does actually have a cameo in the film. I don't know as what, but that I think that's pretty cool. Nicholas Galitzine as Adam He-Man, Camila Mendez as Tila, Idris Elba as Duncan or Man at Arms, Jared Leto as Skeletor, Johannes Hakoto Johannesson as Fisto, John Yu Zhang as Ram Man, Alison Brie as Evil Lynn, Sam C. Wilson as Trapjaw, Charlotte Riley as Queen Marlena, James Purefoy as King Randor. That's cool. I didn't realize James Purefoy. Morena Baccarin as the Sorceress, Kristen Wiig as Roboto. That's the voice. That's funny. Christiane Bettridge is Diane? No idea. James Wilkinson as Mechaneck. Kojo Ada as Triclops. There's a few other ones. James Apps as Spikor. Hafnor Julius Bjornsson, who is was the mountain in Game of Thrones, is Goat Man. Aaron Bassi Pigboy. Those are Stephen Adenton is Moss Man. Those are the only ones, the last of the ones that I'm seeing that are recognizable characters from the thing. Oh, Christopher Ragland as the voice of Orko. So Orko is in this film. Cool. And somebody named Gary Martin as Beastman, his voice. And then other cast, it just says other cast Dolph Lundgren. So we don't know. It should be interesting if we can spot him, because I know Dolph Lundgren has also been dealing with some kind of cancer treatment too.
Oh, has he?
Yes. I don't know if it's the same kind of situation as Bruce Campbell, who's basically like, well, I have cancer and, I will have cancer for the rest of my life. But however long that may be. But yeah, Dolph Lundgren has a small part. I'm super excited, Chris. I really, I'm gonna be pretty busy this weekend with Canterbury Village. The only time I could potentially do it is do like a late show if I get the fuck out of Dodge quickly. I might be able to catch like a 9:30 show, 9:30 show, or 10 o'clock show, and then go straight to bed, because I have early mornings at the Canterbury Village. Not quite as early as Ren Fair, where I have to be there at like 5, quarter to 6 in the morning. But I do have to be there by like quarter to 9 to get into make somebody else up and get myself all Olivered up.
Well, we got Gaming Friday too, so
We do have gaming on Friday, so that's out. But again, super fucking excited. I think that this means that this potentially means we could see a new franchise kind of situation. We could see a multiple He-Man movies. And I think that would be really great. It'd be great for the franchise, great for everybody who wants to get their He-Man on, so to speak. And from what I've seen too, everything looks good.
It does. It looks good. It's a hell of a cast, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Speaking of trailers and stuff, I actually did see the trailer for House of the Dragon today, the next season.
Okay, I have not.
Looks like lots of war, lots of death, lots of because the war is really on in this one.
Cool. That's awesome.
Good.
I'm looking forward to that one. I'm not like as invested, but I do enjoy Game of Thrones, so I'd be like, all right, let's do it, man.
I like House of the Dragon better than Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
Really? I loved Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
I got bored with it and stopped watching after 2 episodes.
God, it gets so good though. It really does. Like if I were you, I'd give it another shot, man. I mean, they're relatively short episodes. It's a little slow, a little bit of slower build, but no, they're less than an hour. They're closer to half an hour, like closer to like maybe 40 minutes.
I didn't think so. They feel like 3 hours.
You gotta, man. There's a lot of character building in these. The combat, some of the fights at the end and the last couple, it's like fucking hardcore. And you really see you get to see the development of the character. The what's really fun too is the development of the friendship between Duncan and Egg, and just seeing how that develops. It's so adorable. The older brother, younger brother kind of relationship that they develop. Give it another try, man. I think
And
you'll
we'll see.
like the
There's
end if you
there's so many things that are coming out. We got Vox Machina coming back on Thursday.
correct. Nope, tomorrow,
Was it tomorrow? I thought it was Thursday.
Wednesday.
I thought it was the 4th.
I'm pretty sure it's tomorrow.
It might be.
I think they said the third. So yes, Legend of Vox Machina
Yeah, the 3rd.
season
Yep, so it is.
4
Yep, tomorrow.
is tomorrow. I'm super excited. Stella really got into Mighty Nine, and I know Mighty Nine was also your favorite
It was my favorite campaign. I was not
campaign.
happy with the first season of Mighty Nine. I enjoyed it, but I wasn't happy with the way that they did it.
Really?
Yeah, because they skewed from the story too much.
Okay. I didn't mind it. I think I liked. I mean, Vox Machina was my favorite, but I started with that, and I was like, because I went back and did all of Vox Machina before I got into Mighty Nine. Mighty Nine was like halfway done when I got into Vox Machina. So I really, really enjoyed the Vox Machina and
Vox
the Mighty Nine too.
Machina. What's that?
It was great.
Mighty
So
Nine
I
was
am.
Mighty Nine was all right, but it like I said, it skewed from the story too much. I mean, the whole
Mhm.
thing with Yasha not being there.
That bothered me. I will admit that bothered me. The fact that they had her later into the show, um, uh, pretty much just at the end, other than like being some quick cameos.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there was I don't know why Ashley Johnson would agree to that, but all right, whatever. Speaking of Ashley Johnson, unfortunately, Blind Spot, her TV show, has left net or is leaving Netflix. I keep meaning to get around to watching that, and I don't believe it's going to be replaced for anything for free or somewhere else. It maybe get to the point where it's on Amazon, you got to purchase it.
Mm-hmm.
So that bums me out a little bit because I've been meaning to get to that one for a while.
It was
Um,
an all right show. The season and a half that I watched. I like
um,
what's her name? The main character.
Jamie Presley or
Jamie Alexander.
Jamie Alexander. That was it. Yeah.
I couldn't think. I think as soon as you said Jamie, I'm like Alexander. That's
Yeah.
Sif, Lady Sif.
Yep. Lady Sif. Right. She was great as Lady Sif. Um. So yeah, I am excited for House of the Dragon season 3. I mean, it's such a good. It really is a good show, and in many ways, it's kind of superior to Game of Thrones in some ways. And what they're doing with the Game of Thrones franchise, I'm okay with it. I've been liking what they've been doing so far. It's been at least these seasons have been a lot more satisfying than say the last season of Game of Thrones. The last season of Game of Thrones definitely had its moments, but it definitely had some disappointing moments.
It felt like it was just rushed. We're done.
Yeah,
Wrap it up.
yeah, for sure.
Um,
Um,
but yeah, the also we've got Spider-Man Brand New Day coming
Spider-Man.
out later this month.
Yes, and is it later this month?
Yeah.
Is it June?
I think it's June.
Shit.
Uh,
I thought you were going to talk about
well, Spider-Man Noir too came out
Spider-Man
last
Noir.
week, which I haven't watched yet. That's also on my list of things to watch.
Everybody I know that has watched it so far that has talked to me.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
It's
Spider-Man Brand New Day is until July, end of July.
right. I thought it was July. Spider-Man Noir. Everybody that I've talked to so far that's watched it that knows that I'd be interested has been like, Russ, have you watched Spider-Man Noir yet? And I'm like, no, man, I've been kind of busy. But I really want to get to it. Maybe get started this week because the whole season is dropped. You can watch the whole season, and you can watch it in both black and white and color. And my friend Shadow at work had said that you can actually, if you have the right TV, you can swap between them in the middle of an episode. I was like, oh, that's fucking cool. And so what they like to do, Shadow and their partner like to try and guess what certain colors certain things are and to see if they're right. But the cool thing is they were saying that if it's in black and white, the textures really come forward a lot. And they're saying that this is that's really interesting. They're saying that this is like Nick Cage at his perfection. Like just the perfect Nick Cage vehicle. The overacting and the kind of the over expression that he does, but you can still kind of buy it. They're saying that it's just freaking fantastic. So I'm going to get to that as soon as I can because I'm really hearing good things.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I'm gonna do that too. And hey, white boy, um, thought on today's state of play. What play state of play? What?
Oh, the PlayStation State of Play.
Oh,
Good things. Good things. We can jump into that real quick. Oh yeah, season 9 of Rick and Morty. The
yeah, it
first one.
dropped.
Okay,
Yep.
CD. I you can't watch. It's I think it's June. Like later in the month, it comes to HBO Max. So I haven't had a chance to be able to catch any of that yet. But I am looking forward to catching CDI. I'm looking forward to Rick and Morty. So today's state of play, we can jump into that real quick. Some really
I
cool
did not
stuff.
see it.
I saw some highlights. Basically, we've got they showed a shit ton. Okay, first, God of War Law Fey announced. It's a new game starring Kratos' wife, Faye. They showed 20 minutes of footage of it. Now, there's this it apparent I thought maybe it was going to be a prequel showing her origins. Now, in God of War in the game, and I got another story about this too, about the body painting that relates to this. In the game God of War, Kratos pretty much moves to the Nordic lands in Midgard. He moves to Midgard. He meets Laufey or Faye, that you later find out is a giantess, Laufey. Now, in the game and in mythology, the giants were not necessarily all always like of huge size. They could change their shape. They could use magic. They could choose like grow larger, go smaller. They were basically just another race, and there are different depictions and whatnot. In the game, the character of Faye is played by what's her name? The woman from who plays she was on True Blood and she's on um, Daredevil.
Deborah Ann Wall.
Deborah Ann Woll, thank you. And did it brilliantly. And you see a lot of at the beginning of the God of War, she's dead, and they are Kratos and his son Atreus are burying her. And the entire time, Kratos is essentially in mourning. In the first game. In the second game, he's getting over it a bit, but you see a lot of flashbacks. You see her essentially visiting him in his dreams. And so this new game is going to be her in the afterlife and her adventuring through the afterlife. And I'm like, oh man, this could be really fucking epic because it will be a God of War game, the first God of War game where the main character is not Kratos. And we get to see Faye, Lao Fei, who in Norse mythology was the father normally of Loki. In this retelling, Lao Fei is his mother, and you know, in the original like myths, Lao Fei was the king of the frost giants, and here she was a frost giant that very much rebelled against Odin because in God of War, Odin's the bad guy.
Hmm.
So it and that's the thing. I mean, in a lot of the mythology, Odin was not the nicest god. He was nasty. So there is a game play reveal video on YouTube that you can watch. Um, Apparently, her fighting style is more magic and sword based compared to Kratos and Atreus. Um, The showcase opens with her death, yet somehow things get worse from her from there. She's quickly captured by an otherworldly faction. There's a character that's essentially a gelatinous cube, and it's voiced by the guy who plays Huey on The Boys. That is
Uh, Bill Hader.
no, the guy who plays Huey on The Boys is it's sorry, not the Lost with The Boys. Jack Quaid.
Jack Quaid.
Jack
That's right.
Quaid.
That's what I was thinking of. That's what I meant.
Dennis
Yeah,
Quaid's
that's what I meant.
son. Um, yeah. So apparently he does the voice of a gelatinous cube named Frank. So from what I guess I think he's going to be kind of like a sidekick. So we should be seeing some kind of silly, some silliness, some funny stuff to that they're going to deal with. Um, I'm I'm excited. The God of War games have been really the last two have been really really great, and I think this will be a good game. It says this time around the theological vibe is decidedly Egyptian. Another long-standing rumor around the God of War series. At least some of it is. There seem to be a lot of gods in the mix this time. This being a more catch-all divine afterlife. However, Egyptian god Sekhmet, also known as a god of war, is very intentionally singled out. So, um, it's coming to PS5. People are excited. I think I'm pretty excited about it myself. Let's see what else we had. Uh, There was also a great deal of footage shown for Marvel's Wolverine video game that's supposed to come out later this year. It's full of Marvel cameos, particularly Silver Samurai, Omega Red, and of course Sabretooth. We also see apparently Jean Grey, um, Leech. Let's see, Battle Fist, the Hand. There's also a character who at a glance bears some resemblance to Deadpool. I'm gonna watch the trailer eventually, probably after we get done and see what I can see. The gameplay, extended gameplay trailer. It features 5 suits labeled Incredible Savage, Age of Apocalypse, Night Hunt, and New Leather. And some of those make the new Wolverine look a whole lot like Hugh Jackman, which is fun. So yeah, there's like 20 minutes or there's a whole bunch of new footage for the Wolverine game. I think the Wolverine game is still planned for later this year, and it is being put out by, um, I think it's the same company that did the Spider-Man games. So
Okay.
it is, it's probably going to be pretty damn good. Other than that, there were a lot of other things. Silent Hill, Townfall,
Sonic
Onimusha
Hill. That
Way,
would be a
Sonic
interesting
Hill,
combo. Sonic
completely
and
different.
Silent Hill.
Yeah. Onimusha, Way of the Sword, and Control Resonant all launch a day apart in September, as everyone gets the hell out of the way of GTA's November 6th. Iconic Bayonetta and Tango Artist. Okay, well, I don't matter about that. Sony likes Phantom Blade Zero as much as getting its own show this summer. Um, Silent Hill Townfall gets a September release. They're basically moving everything away from GTA 6. Like if anything opens up around GTA 6, it's going to
Insomnia.
be also going to be the kind of game that's of similar level. Like I would imagine Wolverine would be the only probably one of the only games that would even come close to um a popular response, and even that is going to be pushing it because just nobody wants to be in the same room with GTA 6. There's going to be like essentially a blackout of releases in November, I would imagine, because everybody's going to
I'll
be
go
playing that game.
back to playing BG3 then, because I am not
There you go.
a GTA fan.
I will probably play GTA 6. The last one was really entertaining. It was really fun. I didn't get into the online stuff, but it was a lot of fun. I played on my 3. I think it was the last game I played on my PS PS3.
I never
And
played
then
any of them.
yeah, it's really fun because it's very irreverent and it's very um it pokes fun at all of the
Irreverent, you
GTA.
mean?
It's irreverent.
Yeah.
It pokes fun at American culture in a very fun way, particularly the radio stations that play while you're in the car. The music, the soundtracks are almost always awesome. Um, I kind of wish I had bit the bullet and just bought GTA, the updated GTA 5 for my PlayStation 5, but I got enough things that I'm playing right now.
So White Boy
Um,
said, "I'm surprised there was no Last of Us Part One remix."
you know, we don't need that again. There's already been, it's already been
I
remade
don't
and
need to
remixed
see.
like
I
3
don't need to
times.
see his daughter die again.
Again, yeah. I mean, they've been Last of Us 1 and 2 have already been remade and redone, like updated like twice each now. I don't think we need that again. Tomb Raider, there's a new Tomb Raider game, Legacy of Atlantis. Has been confirmed, but at least but
Does
from
Laura
what it's
Croft look like
looking,
Sophie Turner now?
but she looks really great. Yep, Tomb Raider, Legacy of Atlantis just featured in today's Station Play, and while the leaked release date was slightly off, sort of, we're still facing a delay out of 26. So they say officially February 12th of 27. So a little, about 8 months or so, uh, and before we be able to play that. Um, You'll be able to play it on the leaked February 10th date if you pre-order the deluxe or collector's edition. The it the character looks really good. It looks beautiful. We are seeing too a jump in price. Like a lot of these games have gone up from 59 to 69. Some games may still get that $59 mark, but a lot of the deluxe versions or the more, or collector's edition versions are going to be more like 69. I just paid 69 for the new
Tariffs.
Lego Batman game. Yeah, maybe. Not a big fan of that, unfortunately. Um,
Everything's more expensive now.
Capcom confirms Onimusha Way of the Sword is coming this September. Let's see. Until Dawn 2 exists. It's on a spooky abandoned resort island. Ace Combat 8. Stuntman Hollywood is real and is my friend. Uh, so the rest of the stuff was a little lesser known, but those were the big ones, the big talking points. Frank is a wild name in the verse, Insomnia. I'm surprised there was no Last of Us. Yeah. Also, I did hear that there is potentially a Baldur's Gate 2 remake. Like they're in talks to remake Baldur's Gate 2. Now it will not be anything like Baldur's Gate 3. It will probably still be a top-down isometric, but they would probably um it would probably just be graphically updated and a lot better. It would probably look a lot more like say Planescape, the last two, not Planescape, the last couple. Man, my brain is just not working today. Um, what was it? The Pathfinder, the last couple Pathfinder games. So we'll see. But there's a lot of games getting updates and getting that was the other thing I forgot to mention. Did you hear about the Witcher 3 update?
No.
The Witcher 3 is getting new content. Coming next year, they are doing a new like another update, like a DLC similar to Blood and Wine or the other one. It's going to be a pretty good sized DLC. They're saying it will probably lead right back or lead into The Witcher 4. Yeah, White Boy, you better get in on that. Yeah. Apparently, after they made the announcement, Steam noticed a jump of 29,000 people relogged into the game and started playing The Witcher 3 again. It kind of blows my mind a little bit that Steam can notice those numbers. They can basically go, "Oh, people are playing this game again." I don't have The Witcher on my 3 on my computer, I don't believe. No, I have Witcher
I've
1
got
and
it on my
2.
PS5.
Yeah, I played it on my PS5. I actually bought it for my 4 initially, and I think I even paid for the upgrade. So, um, it is.
I never really got into it. I started getting into it, and I'm like, okay, this is. I played it one time. I played for like 4 hours, and I went nowhere.
Yeah, it's a game that takes some time, dude. The first game, it's one of those games. The first, I'd say, 10 hours of it or so is there's a lot of tutorial. There's a lot of you learning how to fucking play the game. But once you get into it, dude, it is. I mean, it's one of the more beautiful games.
So
It's a lot of fun. Just the
we got
story is really
we got
great.
CD saying he just started that one, barely out of the tutorial.
Yeah,
White Boy said Witcher 3, my number one game of all time. I think even if it's not your favorite, you got to respect it. It's a gem that's not hidden.
yeah. I couldn't agree more. It's up there. I
So,
mean,
White Boy, don't get me
I put
wrong.
it up there
I
with Skyrim.
enjoyed I enjoyed the game. I liked the universe. What it was is I just didn't have the time to commit to it,
Hmm. It
and
does take a commitment. That is for sure.
that's why I haven't gotten back into it.
Yeah, but I will say too, it's not a game that I mean it's not a slow game once you get past that initial like it really picks up. It really picks up with and then you've got the DLC like one of the DLCs I think it's the Blood and Roses like takes you to essentially France and like the whole color palette changes. It gets like brighter and it's pretty incredible. I also like the fact that it and it seems like Skyrim to me. That's how I feel about Baldur's Gate. Um, yeah. Well, Jeepo, the Assassin's Creed Black Flag is getting a remake too. So people are saying some really great things about that. Um, The Witcher 3 is definitely one of those games up there. Like there was a substantial like jump in improvement from 2 to 3 as well. And then not just graphically but the gameplay itself. If you play Witcher 1, there's like some pretty specific like they're pandering. They were pandering. There was some of like a similar kind of pandering to like they do for God of War, the original God of War games. Like in The Witcher 1, you collect these cards throughout the game and um I think basically every time you bed a woman, you get like a sexy card, like with some sexy art on it. But in Witcher 3, you actually go to the brothel and there's different brothels and there's a number of different like women that they'll do like a short little sex scene with. It's nothing too graphic, but it's like, oh, that was hot. Um, but it's a truly adult game. It's a game for adults, not an adult game. You know what I mean? So it's not a porn game. But it is a game for adults. And I was also impressed too. Like when you're fighting, I mean, it's brutal. You're not just killing somebody. I mean, you fucking hack them to pieces, and like body parts go everywhere and stuff. So yeah, The Witcher 3, man, check it out. Check out it. So the expansion doesn't come until next year. So sorry, white boy, the expansion doesn't come until like 27, but I think they're talking like February of 27. So right around the same time as we were talking about some of these other games. Three of my first Witcher, but I was bad Bascan watched a two walkthrough. I need to watch one. So yeah, I mean you don't need to. I mean, if you could like read about the lore or just read the stories. That's all you really need. I mean, there's such a substantial jump in quality from Witcher 2 to Witcher 3. I wouldn't, why even bother going back and playing 2 again? The only thing holding Witcher 3 on us console peasants was it was 30 FPS until the upgrade came out when it was mind blowing. Yeah, exactly. When they improved the FPS, it really did change the game. So, um, good stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, it says after
Yep.
CD Projekt Red announced a surprise expansion for The Witcher 3, over 29,000 Steam players booted up the RPG the most in months. So, it's pretty wild. Let's see if I have anything else here. Yeah, Frank, the gelatinous cube in Lawfay is spelled
He-
Phranque.
yeah, I thought at first I was gonna joke that it was gonna be Seth MacFarlane voicing him,
No.
or no, Norm Macdonald. That's who it was. I was thinking Norm
Oh,
Macdonald.
Norman. Yes, that would make sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
From the Orville. But yeah, there's a picture of Jack Quaid. He actually did the mocap as well. But what they did is they put like a harness. He's wearing like a harness around him that has like a square around him to give him like, all right, that's as far as you
Oh,
go, you know.
so one of the other things, this is something that I got to do, and I meant to mention this earlier when I was talking about my last month, but it's been so busy. One of the things I got to do was I got contacted by Loot Studios.
Oh,
So
that's
for
cool.
those that don't know, Loot Studios is a company that I've been subscribed to for many years.
Yeah.
Actually, this month is their sixth anniversary, and I believe I've been subscribed since the very beginning. They do 3D models. They do some of the most beautiful 3D models out there. Their artists are just amazing, and they've done some really great stuff. I've painted stuff up, or printed it, painted it.
Well,
Um,
that's where you get a lot of the files for your printer, right?
yes, I get a lot of
Yeah.
the files for my resin stuff. A lot of the figs that I use in our D&D game, Tavern Knights, join us this Friday at 7:30.
Mm.
The are from Loot Studios, and so they actually sent a thing out to me. They sent something to me, and they said that this was something they were sending out to longtime Loot subscribers, and they want to know why I had continued to subscribe to Loot for so long. What is it that's kept me there?
Hmm.
And they asked if I would be willing to actually talk with someone on
Oh,
their
cool.
staff
That's awesome.
about this. So I made an appointment and talked to this woman, Mayra. And it was a really cool interview because she was just asking me all these questions about why are you here? What do you like? What do you don't like? You know, what are some of the things? And it was really cool. And then I said I get a gift for doing this too. And I'm like, okay, that's great. I don't really care about the gift. I
Hmm.
like contributing.
What did you
And
get?
but one of the things I got I got a survey today that was just an expansion of that, and then at
Hmm.
the end I got to pick one of the
So I'm gonna
um
forget to bring this back.
oh yeah um
Got some stuff on it.
but anyway, I got to pick one of the bundles I don't have, so I've got all of the fantasy bundles, but
Okay.
I got to pick one of the other bundles that I don't have, and
Cool.
they said that it'll be in uh my collections. So
Cool.
also, so I my DM screen that I got from Loot, that
Yeah.
Ragnarok DM screen,
Yeah.
that beautiful screen that I
Yeah.
painted all up and everything like that. Their
Yeah.
6-month anniversary gift for anyone who's been a subscriber for at least 12 months is a new DM screen.
Ah, bummer.
No, dude, this thing is cool as fuck. I'll show you pictures.
Okay.
I'll show you pictures when you come over Friday.
Yeah.
Um, I'm like, I want to print it, and the thing is that I actually downloaded it today and I started doing it, and one of the panels, I can fit one panel on my printer. It's that big. It's
Well, if you want, you can send me the file and I could print it out. It wouldn't be quite as pretty, but my bed is much bigger than yours.
well, yeah. So that's the other thing. So Bamboo Labs just came out with a new printer, the A2L. So it's just like mine, only bigger.
Only bigger.
It's 330 by 335 by 325, something like that. It's it's a huge fucking printer. And
Okay.
I'm like, ooh, and it comes with the AMS Lite for $569.
That ain't bad.
No.
Anycubic is running a big summer sale right now too. And
Um, but yeah, so I'm not looking at getting that one necessarily. I kind of want one that's not a bed slinger. For my next
a
printer.
bed slinger, is that what you
Yeah,
said
yeah.
you
So the
called it?
bed moves instead of the head moving.
Oh, yeah,
I
okay.
want one where the bed stays stable and the head moves, because you can print tall, thin things easier. You're less likely to knock them off. 'Cause with
Mine
the
does
beds,
both.
well, yeah, mine. So on
Mine
mine,
the bed moves
the
back and
head
forth.
moves YZ,
Right.
and but the bed moves X.
Yeah,
And
that's how mine is.
yeah, so the ones that are like that are fully encased, that you can do like the ABS and things like that in, because of the fumes, they those, the head moves XYZ. The bed doesn't move at all. It stays stationary.
Okay.
But anyway, back to loot. When I was talking with the woman, I said something about using their stuff, all the time for my games, and that we stream it and all this, and that I do a podcast and all this stuff on Twitch, and when I was talking with her, I said we joke around because a lot of the stuff that Loot comes out with is actually stuff that I'm using in my campaign. And her response was, "We have cameras everywhere." And I just started laughing. But anyway, I was talking with her, and I said, and at the end, I just kind of threw it out there as I'm like, if Loot's ever looking for, to sponsor a podcast or, a D&D game, something like that, let me know. And she's like, send me the info. So I sent her the info. So if you're watching, Mayra, hey,
yeah, it would be nice. It would be nice to get a sponsor, even if it's just, free files or something like that. That would be great.
They give me my subscription. That'd be great.
Yeah.
I'd talk about them every fucking show.
Every fucking show.
I would write. I wouldn't write like Sam scripts for stuff.
What the fuck is that?
But I don't know. What are you listening to?
Oh, it's an ad on one of the pages I had pulled up.
30 tabs open, and I don't know where the music's coming from.
God damn it.
But anyway, I thought that was really cool. So.
No, that's really awesome. So I know we got to get out of here pretty soon. I mean, I figured we'd run long because we started a little late, and we also haven't been on in a long time. But I didn't want to relate.
Thanks, Jeepo. Jeepo said, "Hi, Loot."
Hi, Loot. So when I was in Florida, I had also seen
Florida.
that Florida.
When you were a Florida man.
Ugh, please. That's the other thing about GTA 6 is going to take place in Florida this time.
There's a new show that I've been watching. It came out this year. Sorry, sidetrack. But RJ Decker. It's on Hulu. It's actually a really good show. I really liked it. But one of the characters owns a bar called FM Radio, and it's FM. It's Florida Man. It's so he gives free drinks if you can prove that you are the Florida Man in an article.
Nice. Have you watched did you finish up The Boys?
No, I haven't even started the last season yet. I haven't had a chance.
Okay.
I have not had time.
Try and get to that because it's done now. I think it's only 8 episodes. 8 or 10. Probably I think it's somewhere in there. Because we need to talk about it. It's pretty fucking cool.
Dude, I need to be in the mindset to watch the
No, that's true. That is true.
It's a dark fucking show.
It is a dark show. I would say, I mean, there's a lot of resolution that happens.
And, well, I know. I'm sure there is because they're closing everything out. But yeah,
right. I am looking forward to the prequel that they're going to be doing, which is Vought Rising, which is all takes place. It's the origins of the superhero. Everything.
Yeah, I haven't really watched Gen V either, or Gen V.
I liked that too. I thought it was pretty good.
I watched the first few episodes and I thought it was all right, and then I just kind of wandered away from it. It's one of those shows that it just wasn't grabbing me.
It's bonus material essentially, but I liked it, and some of the characters do show up in this season, but they're still again bonus material. So it's not like you need to watch it. I enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, you know what, CD? That's part of the problem with The Boys is it's a little too close to home.
Sometimes, yeah.
And he said the boys got too close to real life, and I lost interest along with the plot just spinning wheels.
The writer was appealing to the universe, saying, "Please stop making the things I write come true." Because some of the things that Homelander ends up doing that he wrote months ago, or wrote last year, are things that Donald Trump is essentially doing, and it's how did I predict this shit?
Back to this shit. So what about one of the things that we didn't talk about in the early on with the current events shit that we were talking about? What about fucking Peter Thiel? picking up and moving his fucking family to Argentina. He's one of the architects of Project 2025.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And they've hit 109 of the 125 things that are in Project 2025 has been started.
Have been started, but haven't been able to be finished.
Well, but they're working on them. But anyway, he just fucking picked up his family, bought a mansion in Argentina, and moved his ass there.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. He moved to Argentina. You know why he moved to Argentina? Because it's a non-extradition.
Yeah, exactly.
Place.
He knows. He sees the writing on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
The Democrats are going to get in power, and people are going to start getting fucking arrested.
Yep, absolutely. And I'm waiting for it. So there will be one of the things I did just see is that they are. I have a page open of games, upcoming PS5 games. That this page gets updated periodically. It just got updated again today because of the things that were shown in the state of play. But apparently they are planning a remake of the original 3 God of War games. That could be pretty cool if they update and remake those to modern standards. I might even replay them. They are a little patronizing, and they are a little, they pander to the lowest common denominator in some of those. But if they're able to like bring them up to the level of the game of the current games, the newest games, I'd be interested. Oh, it's Insomniac. It is the developer for Marvel and Marvel's Wolverine, and that's the same company that made the Spider-Man.
Oh, that's what White Boy meant, I think, then by insomnia.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, they're trying no pay taxes. That way, don't bet on any of that. That will protect their own corrupt elite fellows. Yeah, they are corrupt, CD, but I really hope that at least they'll go for the Republicans that have kind of fucked us. So we'll see. Their donor owners will make sure of that. We'll see. Say CD throw some kidneys and a pancreas on that printer for me too. Yeah, I would do that for you, Jeepo, if I could. So anyway, one of the stories I forgot to relate. When I am body painting, I at these events, I talk to people a lot. It's part of the experience. We talk, we joke, we kid around, we talk about each other's lives, and it's one of the ways like I relax people when I am body painting them. I got to meet 2 engineers that worked on Artemis 2 that work for NASA.
Nice.
That was really cool. A couple of young people there were a couple that met on the project and then became a couple. They were very happy to show us pictures, and they were part of the fueling team. So they were a couple of the last people to leave the launch pad. That was really cool. I met a young woman that is a bomb disposal specialist for the federal government. She basically goes around and disarms and disposes of bombs. Like, holy shit, right? There was another, I met a retired
bomb squad. If you see me running, catch up.
Yeah, run. Keep running. I met a retired porn actress that was pretty funny. She was a complete crack up. She tried to tell us she was 29, but I'm like, that's a road hard and put away wet 29. She was like, that bitch is 39 if she's a day.
So this is your 10-year anniversary of your 29th birthday.
29th birthday, yeah. It's like, I'm 29. I was like, a rough 29. She was wearing like a Hooters girl outfit, and she was really cool though. She talked about knowing Katie Morgan, and who's the porn star that was also in Zack and Miri Make a Porno, and she was good, really cool. She's like, I'm good friends with her, and blah blah blah. And I looked her up, and she went under the name originally Zelda Morrison, and Zelda for Legend of Zelda, and Morrison for Jim Morrison. I was like, oh, that's fucking cool. So she was pretty cool. I met a lot of really interesting people and stuff. I met a woman from when I was in Sonic Temple in Columbus. I met a woman from Flint, who I body painted a fleur de lis on her chest with like Mardi Gras beads around it. It looked really great. And then she's like, I run these lifestyle events in Flint. Would you be interested in maybe coming out to the events and maybe doing some body painting? Yeah, that'd be great. We'd be down. And I looked at her and went, lifestyle events? You mean swinger events? And she went, well, yeah. And I was like, yeah, why not? I think one of the ones that really, I met a mother-daughter team, and the daughter was 17, and one of her favorite bands of all time was Typo Negative. And I got to tell her about the times I got to hang out with that band. Some really, really cool experiences. I think my favorite, and the one that I'm going to remember till I die, A young man, probably in his early 30s, comes into my booth. All right. Well, before I get to that one, I also did get to. I got to tell you this one before I tell you that one. This one, this guy comes into my tent and he's like, "Hey, man," and he clocked me at about the same age or similar age. He says, "Remember when we were kids and you're at a sleepover and the first guy to fall asleep ends up getting a dick drawn on his face in Sharpie?" I'm like, "Well, that never happened to me, but I'm familiar with the concept. Sure." He goes, "That's what I want. I want a dick on my head." And I'm like, "You want a dick on your head?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I was like, all right, you know that this is waterproof makeup and it will be on you all day. It's not going to be easy to remove. No, that's what I want. I said, I'm an artist. I'm going to do this up. It's going to be veiny. It's going to be, it's going to look, he's like, I don't care. That's what I want. It will leave a mark if you get sunburned. He's already sunburned. He's like, if you get more sunburned, it will leave a mark on your face. It will block the sun. I don't care. That's what I want. All right. Normally I turn those down. I don't like to, I'm not like, do that kind of shit most of the time. And my partner's laughing. He's cracking up. Um, the people waiting in line want to see it. Everybody's like, okay, sit down. So I draw an erect cock on his forehead with the testicles going, where his eye is. So I gave him an eyeball, and I will show you a picture on Friday. I might even upload it to our Discord channel, guys. So look for it there, maybe. Um, it was really hilarious. So that one I will remember, but this one I will remember for the rest of my life. I think this young man, like I said, early 30s, comes into my tent. He wants to be made up like Kratos from God of War. I'm like, cool, man. I just finished that game a couple weeks ago. It's awesome. One of the best games I've played in a long time. Probably like easily top 20. Really great game. We talked a little bit. I heard they're making a sequel, which was confirmed here today. I'm like, they might be, they left it open for a sequel and everything. It's like, yeah, that's great. So we chatted. Real nice guy named Jeffrey. He goes out into the concert, has a great time. As far as I know, comes back the next day. He had washed the makeup off. Now, like this makeup's hard to get off, but he had gone and gotten makeup remover, got it off, and he's like, "Hey, I want you to make me up again." Like, yeah, sure, man, that's great. Let's do it. You want to do the same thing? Yeah, the same thing. He had a big beard, so it was easy. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I make him up. He's like, yeah, I had to go to first aid last night, so I got a little messed up, so I just took it off. And I go, oh man, I'm sorry you had to go to first aid. What's up? What happened? He goes, oh well, I've got cancer, so I was having a tough time breathing, so I went to first aid. And I'm like, wow, man, cancer. Wow, like, well, how's your battle going? How's the fight? And he's like, oh, it's not. I'm done. And I'm just like, fuck, really? And he's like, yeah, my doctors gave me like about 6 months, and so I'm good. He goes, it's my second go around, and I said, what kind? And he's like, nah, Hodgkin's lymphoma. It's stage 4. I'm done. And I immediately had an emotional reaction. I just met this guy the day before, but I'm like, fuck, man, this guy is like, he's out here living his best life. I said to him, I'm like, well, what about this woman? Yeah, right? God damn, CD. And I I said he's there with this woman. I said, "Is this your wife?" And he goes, "That's my girlfriend." And I go, um, "Well, how long you guys been together?" He goes, "About 2 months." And I go, "2 months?" And he's like, "Yeah, my wife left me when I got the final diagnosis." And I had to stop talking because I started to get choked up.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Fuck me." And so I did. That's an even bigger ouch, honestly. And then I finished the makeup and I didn't want to charge him. I was like, I was just gonna give it to him. I was like, but he insisted. He's like, no, 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 man, I can't take it with me, man. And I'm like, okay. And he tipped me extra on it because you guys are doing you're doing fantastic. I am having such a great time. This guy is he's living it up while he can. And I just looked at him and said, hey, man, I was like, we were talking about future video games coming out, games that he's not going to see, and I said to him, I'm like, thanks for making me part of your story, man. I'll never forget this. And he was like, it's not a big deal. I'm like, no, man, it is a big deal, you know, have a great time, man. And he's like, I will, man. I'm having a great time. And I mean, just how matter of fact he was, how I'm actually getting a little like emotional right now thinking about it, and it was just it was really something else. I think, and it's another reason that why I'm enjoying doing this so much, that I'm able to give people these experiences. I'm like giving them the opportunity to
I
road
say,
test a tattoo they've always wanted to get, or just enjoy their time.
I say,
It was
yeah,
really good.
way to bring the show down, man.
Yeah, you're
Right at the
welcome.
end.
It's a heartfelt story. It's sad, but it's also like, hey man, this guy he's making the best of the time he's got left. And it really was something.
Yeah, that
So
reminds me. You just reminded me. I gotta start talking to people about. I gotta find a tattoo artist for the tattoo I want.
yeah, I can make some recommendations if you'd like.
Well, I need somebody that does comic book art.
Easy. I go to Signature in
Oh,
Ferndale.
see, I was looking at 13th Hour over here.
13th hour is also
Yeah.
good.
They do a lot of Star Wars and comic book stuff.
Yep.
Um,
There's a bunch of stuff.
yeah,
There's plenty of
they
artists
moved
around town.
farther down Gratiot. They're over
Right.
like 10.5 now instead of.
I think there is also a 13th hour. There might be one in Ferndale too. I think there's a couple of them. I don't know. But
that's my half sleeve. That one.
best cockface painting. It was pretty good. It was pretty good.
All right.
I
Well,
gotta
though.
Yeah, I gotta upload a bunch of stuff to the Instagram page, guys. You can check out if you're looking want to see some of my body painting that I do at the events. You can check out my personal page or my company page, my business page at the Tintsman's Chair. That's the TINTSMENS chair, all one word, on Instagram, and that is my like I said, my business page. And then if you really want to see some of my personal work, you can go to Top Hat Russ on Instagram. That's me. So I'm going to be putting some of that stuff up. I gotta do a bunch of Instagramming. I'm not good at it, so it takes time. But yeah, wrapping things up, guys. Thanks for joining us on our triumphant return back to regular, your regular program every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock here. Tell all your friends about us. Come on back and see us. It's a good goddamn time. We got gaming this Friday back in the nerd basement.
7:30
So
Eastern time.
yep, 7:30. Be there, be square. We are we're level 4. We just hit level 4 relatively recently. So
You're in
which is one of
You're
we are
back
in
Fandolin.
This is really cool. So
Out to
excited
meet
to see.
Euchariah.
Yep, going to visit Euchariah. We're excited to see what Chris is going to do for us with that. And
I got to ride
yeah.
with I got to hang out with Rich this weekend at the golf
Mhm.
outing, and I specifically asked Pete because Pete's the one that puts everything together for the teams and everything. Like, hey, put me and Rich together in the afternoon on Friday because I want to ride. I got some stuff to talk to him about. So him and I had a long time to talk.
Cool. I'm excited. I got a big tickle watching Critical Role season campaign 3 because at the end, near the end of campaign 3, Matt brings in the characters from campaign 1 and 2 for some pretty dramatic. I'm not even say cameos. I mean, they were guest shots. Like so. At different points, you got everybody playing 2 characters, and you got the different actors
Thanks,
talking to each
Tipo.
other. Don't forget to get your perfect print models from Loot. That's right, guys. Be sure to check out Loot Studios.
Hey, they're not our sponsor yet.
Yeah, we like them anyway, though. So, so yeah, the guest stars and everything. I'm actually really excited to see you bring in the characters and the other guest stars, and as NPCs and stuff like that. I want to see how Merrick Harris is doing eventually. That'd be fun.
Yeah, and remember, you can find us on most of the social medias. We are on Facebook, Nerds with Alcohol Show, everywhere else, Drinking Nerds. Keep your eyes out. And if you want some custom drinkware, koozies, game mats, mouse pads, coasters, anything like that, keep your eyes out because Drinking Nerds Entertainment will be starting up real soon, hopefully in about a month. Or less, as quick as I can get the website up. and I get my stuff. So keep your eyes out for that. If there's something you want, I will have some merch for the show, for our shows up there. I'll have some Tavern Nights merch and some Nerds with Alcohol merch up there too, like coffee mugs and drinkware and koozies and stuff. So
all kinds of fun
yeah,
shit.
so watch out for that. Keep your eyes out there. And I think on that note, actually, I should say, I'm sorry, it's been a month. That should about do it.
That should about do it.
So on that note,
until next time,
Slainte. All right. Have a good week, everybody.
Good night.